Okay, if Isabella Ferrolis is done laughing, we're going to get back into it. Well, let's all laugh about it. Okay, we are going to go over just the initial intro into connective tissue and the whole roster. If you would ask me, I've been in your position already, guys, as an anatomy student. This is the hardest one to go through just because there's just so many different types of connective tissue. So we got to start sometime. Let's start now. And for the record, you want to pronounce your name properly?
Ferrolis.
Louder.
Ferrolis.
Ferrolis. Is it Ferrar or Ferro?
Ferro.
Favreau. All right. This is the most abundant and most widely distributed type of tissue in your entire body. There are four main classes of connective tissue and then several subclasses of them. So this video is just going to be a roster of all of them. All right, here we go, guys. Number one. This is going to be connective tissue proper. There are two types of connective tissue proper. We have loose connective tissue. I want you to skip 3 lines after that. And we have dense connective tissue. So you can see just how intricate this is and how expansive it is. Of the connective tissue, there's 4 types. And the first type is called connective tissue proper. There's 2 types of connective tissue proper, loose and dense, and then there's different subclasses of those. We have areolar. We have adipose. Anybody know what adipose is? Fat, very good. And we have reticular. As for the dense connective tissue, we have regular, irregular, and elastic. I'll give you a moment to catch up. And the good news is that's the bulk of it. It's going to get lesser and lesser through the other 4 or the other 3. So here's the trick. While I'm waiting on you to get caught up, you will need to be able to identify these by looking at an actual slide. So it does take studying. This is not going to be the class where you just walk in ice cold and expect to do well. You're going to have to look at slides and compare them to each other so you can tell one from the other. Some of these are going to be really easy. Like when you look at adipose tissue, it's going to be like, oh, easy, that's fat. When you look at areolar tissue, that's going to, oh, that's easy. I can tell the difference between that and adipose. Some can be a little more challenging to differentiate, but we'll get there. It can be done. Number 2. Here's one you've heard of before, cartilage. And spell it right. Remember I told you the other day, spelling doesn't matter. C-A-R-T-I-L-A-G-E. Some people forget that I in the middle. There are 3 types of cartilage. We have hyaline cartilage. This is the cartilage at the end of bones. Anybody know what the name of the condition is where you're bone on bone grinding because your cartilage is basically worn down? Arthritis. Anybody had a procedure on your meniscus? The meniscus is knee cartilage. You might, if you're a football fan, oh, so-and-so tore their meniscus. They tore their knee cartilage. B is going to be elastic cartilage. You're going to say something, Dylan?
I was just going to ask you, does fracture actually cause breaks?
Not really. It releases nitrogen bubbles that's built up. And then we have fibrocartilage. What? I've been doing it since I was younger than you. I'm fine. You just get natural wear and tear as you get older. Things just wear out. Sad. Number 3, we have bone. There's 2 types of bone. Spongy bone. It literally has the appearance of a sponge. And compact bone. This is going to be like the bone that you give your dogs. And then the last one, pretty easy, blood. That's it. That's the whole roster. Beginning next lesson, we'll go over the different types of cells and the different types of connective tissue.